Why has it gotta be the memory of dust? What's going on, guys? Mira here, back again with another video, and today the version 2.2's details of the banners has just been dropped, and I'm on the MiHoYo website right now, which I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested to check it out for yourself. But it basically details the character banner, the weapon banner, as well as some of the new events that are coming in 2.2. So first, I would like to go through the character banner, and the first one, I mean, obviously is Childe, right? So he is the first banner, and you guys should already probably know this. And he's coming to 2.2 in the first banner, and there's really not much to say about him. He's a good Hydro Burst DPS, but when his E is down, his damage significantly drops, so do take note of that. And the cooldown on his E is a little bit long. However, he does do a lot of damage when he has his E up. And honestly, he is probably the only Hydro DPS right now. I don't consider Mona as DPS, and technically Kokomi on her Q is a DPS, but we all know she is not very strong when it comes to DPS. But the important thing is the 4-star characters that he is running with. So the 4-star characters that he's running with is Ningguang, Chongyun, and Yanfei. And I want to talk about these 3 characters and why I feel that this banner is actually pretty worth it for you guys to pull if you're going for Childe. So the first character is Ningguang, and Ningguang is a 4-star Geo single target nuke DPS. And I think out of all the 4-star characters, she is probably the character that does the most damage to one single enemy, and she's just really good to use for basically all kinds of boss because she is a Geo character, and you can't really go wrong with Geo character because Geo doesn't react much with other elements. And I will have a video of Ningguang up on my channel soon because I'm planning to do a showcase of her. So if you're interested, do feel free to subscribe. And she's just an amazing character overall. And you guys should definitely try to pull for this banner if you guys are going for Childe. Now, the other character I want to talk about is Yanfei. And Yanfei, she is also, in her own right, a really strong DPS. The only thing is, because of the amount of 5-star Pyro DPS that we already have, it makes her feel a little bit less strong because we have Klee, we have Hu Tao, we have Diluc, and these 3 characters are really strong as Pyro DPS. And because Yanfei is a 4-star, she doesn't quite match up to the 3 characters that I just mentioned, but as far as 4-star Pyro DPS goes, she is very strong in her own right. And even if you guys don't build her as a DPS, if you guys get her along with Childe, she can also synergize by using the Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer. So basically what you do is just slap that weapon on her, and then use her E and switch out to Childe, and Childe will have a 48% attack boost, assuming that your Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer, 3-star weapon, by the way, is at Refinement 5. And that 48% attack boost just goes so well because of the Vaporize that Childe is able to output on Yanfei as well. So there's definitely a little bit of synergy, although, you know, Childe, it's only a 1 vape, so do keep that in mind as you try and use her in your team. Now, the last character is Chongyun, and this is the kind of the not so good character, I would say. And the reason is because Chongyun, his kit is a little bit confusing because, number one, his multipliers are kind of low, especially for a Claymore user, so you can't really use him as a DPS. Well, you can, it's just that his damage is not like as high as the other Claymore characters. And also, if you want him to be built as a support, he doesn't really support that many characters because you can't use him as a cryo like applier because his E basically just turns your main DPS character into a cryo damage user. And if you're using like characters like I don't know, some other cryo DPS, maybe Ayaka, then yes, that could work. But otherwise, if you're using stuff like Hu Tao or like some other melee characters with another element that is not cryo, it's gonna be really hard to use Chongyun in your team. And I would say the only character that he has perfect synergy with is Diluc, where you can use cryo and then E and then normal attack, aka cryo, and then E and rinse and repeat. And you can get a lot of melt damage off of that. But if you don't have Diluc, then Chongyun is a little bit in an awkward spot for now, I would say. But that pretty much sums up the character banner. Next, let's talk about the weapon banner, and man, I'm so disappointed. Now, this is just my personal opinion, so do take it with a grain of salt, but we're gonna be getting the Polar Star, which is Childe's weapon, and I'm going to be pulling on this because I'm not pulling on the character banner because I have all the characters there already. But I'm going to be pulling on the Polar Star and try and make Childe a really, really strong DPS. So if you guys don't want to miss me pulling, do make sure you subscribe to the channel. Now, the other weapon on this banner, though, is Memory of Dust. And Memory of Dust is just not what I was hoping for. And I know that this is technically Ningguang's weapon, but I much prefer the Lost Prayers of the Sacred Winds or something like that on her just because of the crit rate main stat. And I don't have to worry too much about, you know, balancing the crit rate, crit damage. So I'm not particularly fond of the Memory of Dust, but I will still be trying to pull for the Polar Star. And of course, we have the new weapon as well. And the new weapon is Akuo Maru. And this weapon is actually really good for Claymore characters with a nice burst. And arguably, you could probably use it on Chongyun, but also Eula as well if you don't have any good weapons to put on her. So, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. And the other 4-star weapons are going to be Rust, which is another really solid bow for Childe. And then we have Eye of Perception, which is pretty okay for both Ningguang and Yanfei. And then we have the two Favonius Sword and Lance, which are probably not the weapon that anyone was looking for. So that pretty much sums up the weapon banner, and once again, I'm so disappointed. Unfortunately, I will still be trying to pull for the Polar Star because it's that good. Now, I will flash the stats of the Polar Star on screen real quick, and you guys can see the effects here. So, the Elemental Skill and Elemental Burst damage is increased by 12%. And after a normal attack, charge attack, or Elemental Skill or Elemental Burst hits an opponent, one stack of Ashen Night Star will be gained for 12 seconds. When whatever stacks amount are present, the attack will be increased, and the stack of Ashen Night Star created by normal attack, charged attack, elemental skill, and elemental burst will be counted independently of the others. So there's 4 ways to charge up stacks. One is by using your elemental skill, one is by using normal attack, one's by using your charged attack, and the last one is your elemental burst. So reliably, you could probably get all 4 stacks and basically go Q, E, normal attack, charged attack, and you get all 4 stacks. And it'll pretty much end by the time you swap out anyway, because I don't recommend putting Childe on the field for too long, because then his cooldowns just get like to some pretty insane numbers. So it's a quick burst and then out. So this weapon is really, really built for Childe, and I'm very excited, and I will try and pull for this. However, if I don't get it, then I don't know. We'll see what happens in the later phase of the patch. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the weapon banner. So below we have all the events that I'm not going to go through because the video is going to be really long if I go through all of these. But I will put a link in the description once again if you guys are interested. So that pretty much sums up this entire update that Genshin has put out for us. And yeah, we finally have an answer to all the questions that we've been asking on the new weapon banner and the new character banner. So that's pretty much it for this video, and I will probably see you guys on Wednesday, where I will be streaming once the patch goes live, and we will be trying to pull for the Polar Star. So if you don't want to miss that, do make sure you subscribe. And yeah, that's basically it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.